Waiting for the.
Hi everybody, apologize for the late delay, had some technical difficulties, but we got it worked up. As you can tell, this looks a little different because Matty Ice is not here right now. The professional is obviously in Europe right now, spending time in Paris right now, if I believe so. So kudos to him. I hope he's enjoying. I'm joined by the lovely Scooter Loop. How are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. I hope you're doing well too. It sounds like you got everything under control, so it's great.
Yes, I know. It took a minute, but we got it figured out, guys. So I guess let's go ahead and get started since we were running. So let's go with a look in the rearview mirror. Obviously, we have a couple things to catch up on. There's my.
Wow.
Let's just go off with the baseball update. Now, I haven't been able to look at the stats that well myself. So if you want to take this away, Scooter, while I try to catch up on that, go ahead.
Yeah, so here we go. We have an update with the Colorado Rockies. They have 41 wins, so I think they're tied with.
Is it tied with the all time?
Yeah, or they're one up. I can't remember. You really like that was Matty Ice's big thing. He really wanted it, so I think it's over.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to think about that. I was like, oh, I can't. I didn't look at their things, but it looks like they are. Yes, they are 40. They're at 41 wins right now.
Yeah, they're at 41 wins right now. So there's still like 2.5, 3 weeks left of baseball season.
Yes.
We'll probably get up to 43, 44.
I gotta pull it up now. So it looks like some teams have clinched.
Yeah, but there's also some teams that may even get knocked out of the playoffs, and they're division leaders right now.
Oh, okay. So on the website, we got the Phillies clinching in the East so far, and then Milwaukee's also clinched a spot. That is the only two teams that looks like they have clinched. Okay, I'm trying to look at here. Yeah, so Philly sits atop with 89 wins. Seems like the Mets are 12 games behind, so it seems like the Phillies have definitely kind of secured that there. Milwaukee's at a lesser pace at 91 wins, but Chicago is 5.5 games behind with 85 wins. And it seems like Milwaukee and Chicago are pretty close up, but Philly's got this thing going on a run right now.
Yeah, I mean, the Phillies are just, living up here, this is like Philadelphia South in Wilmington, Delaware, Newark, Delaware area. But I'll tell you, the Phillies, they're running the show right now. And then, the Mets are doing everything possible to not even make the playoffs now. They've been 2-8 the past 10 games. And they're only 1.5 up on San Fran, 2 up on Arizona, and 2.5 up on Cincy. So I'd like to see Arizona get in there. But, the Mets are really, really screwing up their season for all their LFG Met fans. I think we all know what that means, but yeah. So the Mets might knock themselves out of it. So that would be quite interesting.
Yes. So let's see the other divisions here. You're talking about the NL West. The AL West, Seattle's in the lead. Houston is only 1 game behind, and Texas is 3 games behind. So that's very competitive. I love that Seattle's winning this division. I think it's a very nice touch. And obviously I like seeing Houston lose sometimes or not being number 1 all the time. So I'm pretty happy with this. I mean, you got the A's, I guess, 12 games behind, and then the Angels 13 games behind on them. Let's see here. I don't know. I could see maybe Texas trying to close up on Houston. I think it's a good Texas rivalry right there. I don't know what their schedule looks like if they do play each other, but that would be fun.
Well, before you talk about wild cards, you should go back to that Seattle. They're only up in the West by 1 game.
Yeah, they are.
Right? But at the end of this whole thing, they have a chance of not even being in the playoffs. That could happen.
Yeah, they could get kicked out. I don't know.
Because Cleveland's been as you may know, Matty Ice knows, I guarantee it. I don't even have to say that. But Cleveland's been 9-1 the past 10. There you go. On the Mets then, and they have a really good shot to get back in it. And so that should be really interesting out there.
Yes, as Matty Ice says, he says, "Howdy from Paris. It's amazing. Got 5 minutes until it's here. You guys look great." And by here, he means the train. Thank you, Matty, for joining. I'm trying so hard. The thing was, we had technical difficulties, but we got it through. Okay, let's move here. The AL Central, I guess we should talk about that since, we're talking about Cleveland. Detroit is up here, 85 wins. Cleveland sits at a nice 6.5 behind. You got Kansas City 10 games behind, and then you got Minnesota 19.5 games behind, and Chicago 28 games behind. See, what was it? Like, it was a while ago where somebody said, like, no, I think it was Anthony. He was saying, like, I think Detroit's going to fall behind. Is this what's happening, or it's probably, I don't know.
Well, I mean, Detroit's, I think they're going to be just fine. And actually last week I said, I think the Yankees are going to overtake Toronto. Well, the Yankees went 6-4, and Toronto's got, was it like a 5-game lead at least?
They are 4 games ahead right now. It seems
okay.
like.
So it's, I mean, I don't know if the Yankees are going to actually get up there. That's a lot of games to make up. But I think the Yankees are getting themselves in the situation where they're going to lock up that wild card. And Boston and Houston have both been 4-6 the past 10. So
yeah, last 10 for Detroit is 5-5, and then Cleveland's 9-1 last 10. They're on a 4-game win streak right now. So.
Yeah, they're pretty sick right now, Cleveland. So. Indeed, I think right now.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm so like iffy.
Or at least the hottest team in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I'll see some scores, but I'm also like, for Toronto, they are obviously 4 games ahead. Their last 10 is 7-3, and then New York is at a 6-4 right now. Boston is 5.5 games behind, so that's also a close run. And then Tampa Bay is at 14 behind, and Baltimore is at 18 behind. Yikes. I think the worst behind is for obviously the Colorado Rockies. They are 43.5 games behind. That is bad.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm hoping Arizona. Go, Arizona.
I mean, it would take a lot to be last in the league, so I don't think they'll get there. Hopefully not, at least.
No. But it's going to be a nice, good little, 3 weeks we got now? Really?
Definitely. Let's see here. I guess next we shall go into the football roundabout, and we will first start off with our college games. Some games that obviously is definitely most to talk about. We have number 1 Ohio State beating Ohio 37-9. Number 2 Penn State versus Villanova. They beat them 52-6. LSU beats Florida 20-10, and that just makes my heart happy because Florida just does not seem to be a good team, and I think they got kicked out of the top 25 rankings finally.
Yeah, I believe they're unranked as we speak.
They are now unranked.
They have no ranking, Cotton.
Yes. I'm kind of sad about this. 5 Miami beats 18 USF. USF had a hot streak beating 25 Boise State and then 13 Florida, but it seems like that had to end, and I'm kind of sad about it. I kind of like seeing them ranked, but Miami is a great team. They look amazing, so I wasn't surprised. I think I was just kind of hoping on a very big Hail Mary for USF to pull it off, but oh well.
Yeah, some pretty cool games. In fact, there's some smaller games too that people didn't notice. Like right here down the street, the University of Delaware, they beat UConn 43-41. It's a crazy game, and so that was really fun in this neck of the woods out here. But now we're in the kind of like 3 weeks in, we can look at the top 5 Heisman Trophy, top 4 Heisman Trophy candidates by the odds right now. So like Miami, they got Carson Beck. He's number one on the list right now to be.
I have heard about Carson Beck. I've heard he's been pretty good.
And then John Mateer from Oklahoma, he's number 2 on that list. He's doing great. One heck of a kid. Dante Moore out of Oregon. There's another one he's third on this list. And Gunnar Stockton from Georgia, he's fourth. Surprisingly enough, all quarterbacks. So it should be interesting to see. There might be a wide receiver from Ohio State. Usually gets a wide receiver in there.
Maybe later in the season, maybe.
Yeah. So as the season progresses, we might be able that. I mean, not all those guys are going to be up there, I would think, but you never know. Right. And then there could be some linebackers and defensive ends that start really taking care of sacks and interceptions. So we could see that.
Roscoe agrees with you.
My dog.
Another game to talk about. This one I saw a lot of talk about. 6 Georgia versus 15 Tennessee. Georgia wins 44-41. It was a very back and forth game, and Tennessee was actually a favorite to win. I was kind of thinking it was like if Tennessee wins, I kind of was rooting for Tennessee. Not that I hate Georgia. I don't know. I kind of prefer Tennessee over Georgia, but not at all surprised that Georgia did end up pulling off with the win, but that was a close game. That's got to be tough for Tennessee to lose.
Well, Tennessee, I mean, it's such a good game that they shouldn't really lose much on a ranking. Maybe they go to 20. But, they shouldn't fall off that much. I mean, that was one heck of a game. They're 15th ranked team, and they lost to 6th ranked Georgia. So
someone who did fall off is Notre Dame. Because Notre Dame lost to Texas A&M.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, 16 Texas A&M beat 8 Notre Dame. I'm sure Midnight is not feeling happy about that right now. But surprisingly, they are still in the rankings. I think they are a whopping 24, though. So
yeah, they're going to drop it. Yeah, they're definitely.
They dropped. It's just
they dropped,
I'm kind of almost a little upset that they're still in the rankings. I love Notre Dame. I try to cheer for them for my uncle and everything, but I'm like, really? Because they're 1 and 2 now, right?
Yeah, they play good teams though.
That is true. I can't hate it, but I mean, they were the favorites to win Texas A&M, and it's just it sucks, but definitely a very impressive. That game was also very back and forth. I did not put the final score, but I remember it being close because I checked that game several times. I was like, oh, Notre Dame's winning. Oh, Texas A&M's winning.
And that's why Notre Dame is still ranked.
Yeah. That's why I put Notre Dame still ranked because it was very, very, very close. Let's see here. South Carolina has not had a good week. I totally did not even go into this college upsets here, but it's whatever. We're doing this now.
Hey, don't lose to the Vanderbilt Commodores, but if you lose to the Vanderbilt Commodores, you're having a rough season.
I still think Vanderbilt's kind of a good team. I think it's because you see them in upsets all the time. They beat Alabama last season, right? Or is 2 seasons ago? It was some short season ago. But So Vanderbilt, I feel is definitely an upset lookout because they've had history. They just beat 11 South Carolina, and then now you got unfortunate Georgia Tech beating 12 Clemson, which Clemson is not looking good. I'm pretty sure they are actually officially out of they're unranked as well.
Yeah.
Myself.
Yeah. It's Dabo Swinney. It's a tough one there this year. So
yeah.
We'll have to get back to recruiting and pay even more money to players.
I don't know if you saw that video, but the Georgia Tech, they were trying to take the goalpost out of the stadium, and they were struggling with it severely. And I just kind of thought it was funny because they have the top engineering school in the country, and they could not figure out how to put a goalpost through a door or something, whatever they were trying to do. But I thought it was pretty funny, pretty good for Georgia Tech to get an upset in there as well.
Where are you gonna bring that in? Is your dorm room? Put it in your dorm room?
No, I think it was still in the stadium. They were trying to get it, but it was somehow on the second. The video was very confusing. It was how did it get there? And then why is it? It's very interesting, but I'm sure it's just a bunch of drunk Georgia Tech fans. So what do you expect?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's go in here. So we did go over a bit of the top 10 rankings. None of it really changed. Ohio, Penn State, and LSU are still your number 3. Miami moves up to 4. I believe Oregon moved up to 5. And then I have to actually look at the rest because I can't remember the exact order. But nothing. Let's see. Let's go over here first. Where is it? I'm so unprepared. Yeah, so Ohio State 1, Penn State 2, LSU 3, Miami 4. Georgia moved up to 5. Oregon is still at 6. Florida State is 7. Texas at 8. Illinois at 9. Texas A&M moves up to 10. Yeah. That's a big move. 11's Oklahoma, 12 is this is past the 25. I'm just trying to see here who else has moved. Tennessee didn't move much. They actually, I think, are still at 15. Georgia Tech is at 18 now. And then Vanderbilt is your 20. And then you got, let's see here, you got Notre Dame at a 24. And then closing out is Southern California at 25.
Yeah, good to see USC back in there.
Yeah, that's for different.
Now they can play players and stuff like that. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, one thing to also talk about is I don't know if you've seen UCLA. They just fired their head coach. They are at an 0-3 season right now. I mean,
I was going to mention the firings and Brent Pry from Va Tech, the Hokies 0-3.
Oh my gosh, I've seen so many videos about it. It's a thing. It's like I'm playing thousands of. I'm spending thousands of monies. $1,000 of money, and our football team sucks. It's so great, but I kind of feel bad for the Hokies. I mean,
there's always a little play. If you're from the Virginia area, there's always a little heart in there.
There's always like a little.
Unless you're a UVA guy.
As a Pac fan, I will say that NC State is 3-0, but it's nothing to be hyped about because we haven't really had a huge competition yet. We beat Virginia. We actually beat the Hokies. This past week, we beat Wake Forest, but we barely beat them because Wake Forest did actually have the lead at one point, and I guess Wake Forest ended up choking on the smoke that was happening from the food truck fire or whatever was going on over in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. But oh my goodness, hello. The Pack did end up winning that game, so thank God. But we are 3-0. I think our next game is at Elon, and then we play Duke. So
you're looking at 5-0?
We are 3-0. So I can see us going 5-0. I mean, I want to say like in a way, maybe we'd lose to Duke, but then Duke isn't really like that great either. Like, I don't know, like Duke is maybe like they could pull off an upset, but I'm not gonna like spend my money's betting on it, you know.
A win's a win's a win's a win. So
yes, I do have college week 4 preview on here. I need to pull up the schedule again. I did actually have it. Where is it? I am so unprepared. Okay. 4 Miami plays unranked Florida, 9 Illinois versus 19 Indiana. You got 22 Auburn versus 11 Oklahoma. I think that's going to be a pretty interesting game. And then you got 17 Texas Tech versus Utah. I'm pretty sure Texas Tech is going to get that game.
So, I mean, as much as I like Miami right now in Florida, how poor they look, the game's in Gainesville, and this is one of those games where Miami better not get ahead of themselves because, you know, they may be looking at a trap. You can
Gainesville's a very scary place.
And they're going to be ready for Miami. They're going to be ready for an upset. Now, they could lose 50-3. Doubtful, but there could be they're raring for an upset down there.
I think if they lose 50-3, it might shut them up for a good little bit. They've been a little bit quiet, obviously, since losing to USF and losing to now Miami, losing to USF and losing to LSU. So hopefully they're not too cocky getting into this game against Miami, but it's Florida. It's probably going to be expected.
Yeah. Well, I haven't heard anything from Joakim Noah recently, so.
Yes. All right. Well, let's go into the other type of football that's been going on. Week 2 of the NFL has almost been finished. We have Monday Night Football, 2 games tonight. Very, very big 2 games. So let's go into it here. Also, I don't know if Chip is watching, but Kent State did not win. Blame Matt because he texted me that you guys were winning, and then you guys ended up losing the game. He cursed it. Matt cursed it. He got hope, and it was quickly eliminated.
Seems what happened. Sorry, Chip.
Yep. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, it was against Buffalo. I don't think my dad expected to win that, but
that's right. That was the Buffalo game. That's right.
Yeah, it was Buffalo. So we'll see here. So week 2 preview. Thursday night football was the Commanders versus the Packers. Oh my God, hello, I blanked. The Packers did end up winning that game, but it was super close. It wasn't really super close, but I still think it was a very good game to watch. I think the Packers obviously everyone has said the Packers are probably some of the favorites of Super Bowl contenders, playoff contenders, winning something at least. Hello.
Very good Washington, any chance? Washington never clicked really offensively, only for a little bit in the second half.
Yeah.
And the Packers just really controlled that game. And I don't know. Micah Parsons is a very good player. He's one of the best defensive players out there. But Al Michaels needs to know that there's at least 10 other guys that are playing around Michael Parsons. So there are other players. So, yeah.
Right?
I'm not saying that Micah Parsons won't get in like 15 sacks this year. But, that was a really good defensive game by the Packers, by all players.
Yes. A very interesting game that happened, the Bengals and the Jags. The Bengals did up winning that game, which call me crazy, but I predicted the Bengals winning. I think it was still like a very close betting odds. I'm pretty sure the Jags were the favorites. I can't remember exactly, but the Bengals did up winning that game. But at what cost? They lost Joe Burrow for 3 months to a toe injury.
That's a minimum 3 months, by the way.
Minimum 3 months. Yeah. Which is kind of funny because Brock Purdy, he's out 5 weeks with toe turf, and now poor Joe Burrow is out with he's got to get surgery, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was extensive turf toe on it for
extensive.
Poor fella.
Severe damage, if I do say so myself. So what happens to the Bengals? What are they going to do?
Jake Browning. They go to Jake Browning. I think he had like 3 touchdowns, 3. His interceptions were horrible, but he did lead the team, and they came back and won the game. There's that. We got to get. How much does really Jake Browning get a chance to play when you have your boy in front of him? So here's his chance. They shouldn't be looking at a new quarterback. He's the backup. There's not a lot of good quarterbacks that you can find, anyways. They already they tried to mention David Carr. It's like David's not playing. He has a shoulder injury. Plus, he would need to be traded from the Saints. The retired player would need to be traded from the Saints to be. Now, the injuries run. The injuries. There's a lot of quarterback injuries this week.
Oh yeah, it's getting rough. My goodness, but I can't remember. It was like this one. What did I see, Taco? I can't remember. Why are you looking at me like that? Oh my gosh, you were totally saying something, and I was going to say.
Well, the quarterback injuries. So next week, this could be these 5 quarterbacks will most likely be starting games next week. Mac Jones, Jake Browning, Carson Wentz, Tyrod Taylor, all right, and Marcus Mariota. All 5 of those guys are most likely going to start.
Are those all debuts, or are they just?
Marcus Mariota has been in the league for years.
Oh,
but Ben Daniels has a knee sprain, so he may not go.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz, he's going. JJ McCarthy got injured. He's not playing next week. It's all Carson Wentz, which means that Carson Wentz will now start in one game for 6 straight seasons with a different team. No one has ever done that in the history of the NFL.
That is insane.
But Mac Jones won the game. Jake Browning won the game. Tyrod Taylor, they didn't win the game. The Jets didn't play very well. But Fields has a concussion, so he's not going to play.
That's rough. He got a concussion against the Bills?
No. Yeah, they took him out of the game.
Ooh, yikes. Josh Allen almost went out of the game with a bloody nose.
He did. He was out for like 2 plays.
Yeah. I'm sure some
a whole bunch of crap up his nose, and he just like a hockey player went back in there.
Everyone was freaking out for a second, but he is back. I will say with the Bengals, I think a bigger concern to mention is this seems to be a pattern with Joe Burrow getting injured because there's nobody to protect him. There is nobody good to protect him.
They got a lot of good wide receivers.
They do. Their offense is great, but their defense is rough.
Oh, yeah.
It's very rough, and it sucks that Joe Burrow, who could easily, be this. I mean, he obviously is like an MVP candidate if he wasn't, unhealthy all the time. Like, you could have so much potential, and he gets injured all the time because there's nobody to protect him, and it kind of sucks. I feel bad for the guy. I mean, three months minimum is gonna suck, and the Bengals. I didn't think they were like a playoff. I think maybe like they were a wild card at best, but now I feel like it's gonna be if Browning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if Browning actually makes this work and has his potential set out for him, maybe they could still make the wild cards, but I could see them missing it now with Joe Burrow being out.
Oh yeah, I mean, but they won the game. And usually they start off poorly in September. This year they're 2-1, so right? Yeah. So or 2-0. I'm sorry. We're going into week 3. My mind.
Yes, 2-0.
But they are 2-0. And but Jaguars, they played a really good game. I like the Jags. They're looking good. They shouldn't, put their
I
head
like
down.
the Jags. I like Trevor Lawrence. He didn't have a great season last year, and I think maybe he's doing a little bit better. I obviously think they are taking advantage of Travis Hunter with his abilities and what he can do. So I have to look at their schedule for next week. Obviously, that's been the next chapters of who's playing who. But we'll see who they're playing next week to see if they have a chance to get out of their 0-2 little mess.
The Jags are at 0-2. They're actually not a poor 0-2.
Yeah, the games they've lost have been they're 1-1 because they beat the Panthers, right?
Oh yeah, they are 1-1. Yeah,
they're 1-1 because they beat the Panthers. But I mean,
the Panthers.
Everybody beats the Panthers, so as long as you're not bad enough to lose to the Panthers, I think that helps a lot. If you can beat the Panthers, you're usually okay in some sort of terms, if you can think about it in a optimistic form.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Next one we have the Lions absolutely murdered the Bears. A miserable, what was it, 52-21?
Yeah, I think it was something like that. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, 30-point difference, and was that rough. But at least it shows that the Lions are still the Lions. They just can't beat the Packers.
Well, they certainly gave it to their old head coach, huh?
Oh, 100%. I saw a video about that.
Their old offensive coordinator, to say Ben.
Yeah, I saw this little skit of being like, "Oh, we should put the backups now," and then it was like, "No, we have to still put the backups in. We have to keep showing mercy." And it's like, why are we still going for the touchdown? Just give them a field goal. We're up 30 points. It was a great.
Yeah, they kept doing it.
Yeah, they just kept scoring. It was just like, you've already. It's like that one. Stop! He's already dead.
It was very Bill Belichick of them.
It was very Bill Belichick of them. Fortunately, Bill Belichick did win the game against Richmond, but that's not saying much. I did see, I think for next week, I can't remember who they're playing, but they have Ludacris performing the halftime show and UNC Chapel Hill.
Luda. Yeah.
So it's funny because like I saw something like months ago being like, "Oh, we have to watch our budget," and then now they're be like, "All right, Ludacris at the halftime show." That does not fix your budget.
Let's watch our budget. Let's get Taylor Swift.
Yeah, like just slap everybody on there as possibly as much as you can to try getting the hype up. I think I don't think they were playing a ranked team. Like I think they were honestly like playing like Duke or something. I'm gonna have to look at their schedule to see who they're playing. But crazy thing by UNC. So they are now 2-1. Their only loss being to TCU. So, which I mean, that's understandable. TCU is such an interesting like 50-50 team. Like they obviously like beat the bad teams and they'll sometimes upset the good teams. It's very dependable and sometimes they'll be ranked. It's just I don't even know how the rest of their season is doing since the UNC game, but
They're the Horned Frogs. They can do whatever they want to.
Yeah, they do whatever. Go Frogs. Let's see here. What other games do we have?
But the Lions are definitely back, and the Bears have a lot to work on.
The Bears always have a lot to work on.
I feel
Chicago fans, they always have so much hope, and it just it just explodes. I have to look and see who they're playing. I don't know who maybe they play the Panthers. They'll win against the Panthers. You would hope at least. But
we definitely have better talent.
Yeah, definitely for sure. It's very interesting to see like Caleb Williams because like Caleb Williams, I don't think he's necessarily a bad quarterback, but it's like kind of like those situations where like if you're playing in a bad team, your potential isn't going to be shown out. Like you're just like you can't. Yeah. You're at the top, but you can't really go much farther because everything around you isn't really going to help. I can't remember what exactly if I'm wording it right, but I think he is definitely trying his best, but there's not much more he can do because of just all the talent or lack of talent per se that he has around him. He can't really do much with his environment, and it kind of sucks because I mean he's still a young kid. So depends.
Yeah, he's a really good player. And,
yeah, he is.
He is, and so the Bears. I mean, the good thing about Johnson, he will not quit. He won't pull. He's not going to pull him. You can't pull him. He's your starting quarterback.
I mean, live or die.
The Anthony Richardson, fiasco that's with the Colts. Like they pull, like they're like, okay, this guy stinks, so we're just not going to play him anymore.
Right.
I mean, but Caleb's good.
Caleb is good. I mean, if that's just something later on being like, oh, well, maybe he'll move around because his environment isn't working out for him. It's good to know that his coach won't quit on him. His coach knows his potential. He's just got to fix the potential everywhere else. So
I mean, and Johnson, he helped make Jared Goff into one of the top quarterbacks in the league.
Exactly. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Right. People were saying Jared Goff sucks. And
that's definitely not.
And like, I mean, besides the fact he sucks, he brought his team to a Super Bowl once.
Just as casually.
Okay, so they scored like 3 points in it. I get it. But
no, definitely not. The Super Bowl rematch, Eagles versus the Chiefs. The Eagles end up beating the Chiefs. The Chiefs are now 0-2.
Yep.
It feels great. I feel so happy. I feel like the world is just at peace right now. Just ignore everything else. The Chiefs are 0-2. World peace is finally here.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm sick and tired of already. It's week 2 of Go Birds. Go Birds.
I will say the Go Birds does get a little aggravated because it's like it is week 2. But then the thing is, you also have to think they probably are going to be obviously in the playoffs some way, shape, or form. It just depends who they're going to play.
Well, I've already picked them to win the Super Bowl, and so I mean it's going to.
You already picked them to win the Super Bowl?
Be a long 5 months. Go Birds! They're going to hear that crap every day.
So you're rooting for them, but you're also not rooting for them.
Well, I'm not rooting for them.
Oh,
I'm just saying they're going to. I'm just being a real.
Okay.
I'm definitely not rooting. I hope they go 0-17, but they could go 17-0.
The game was still pretty close though, because I remember it being I think it was like 13-10, and it was like still like the third quarter. So it was a very close game defensively. Like offense could slip by here and there, and then obviously the Eagles ended up going away with it.
But we can't forget that the Chiefs are a great team. And
and they were
in the Super Bowl last year. I mean, they got blown out by the team that just beat them by
As much as I hate remembering it, yes, they were in the Super Bowl.
They're always in the Super Bowl.
I saw like this one thing. Is Travis Kelce the issue?
No, I mean they just played the Eagles.
They just played the Eagles. That's all it is. But then they played the Chargers. Would you have expected them to beat the Chargers?
Yeah. So the Charger game, I mean, that was in Brazil. Their first game is in Brazil. Okay, so it's like weird just to start it off the bat because it's totally not anywhere close to the United States. And I mean, kind of, if you will.
The environment through the
it's totally different. Like you got to go and travel, and you got all this stuff, and good on the Chargers for winning that game. But then if there's any team that's going to go 0-2 and then finish like with 13 wins, it's the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm not worried about them at all. You're going to lose to the Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Next week, I think they play the Patriots, so that's probably where they'll get their first win. And then I think after that, they play the Bills. So honestly, if they lose against the Bills, I think that's a bigger sign of maybe there is some trouble brewing.
Well, if they lose to the Bills and it's close, okay. I mean, they lost to a better team. The Bills are a really good team too. But I mean,
it's always going to be it's going to be like one of those potential AFC matchups.
Yeah, right. And if they get killed by the Bills, then we're talking. Then
I could start being
Then there might be an issue.
Oh my goodness, I don't know. Like, it feels very interesting to like. I think I still root for Taylor Swift, so hopefully she's not too sad that her. I think it's so weird because she obviously was a Philly fan. Like she grew up in Pennsylvania, and then now she's kind of I don't know if she's like full on converted to a Kansas City Chiefs fan, but it is funny to see how she just kind of like hopped over, and they're like one of the most common teams that play each other in the Super Bowl or some sort of playoff matchup.
Well, she's sticking with her guy. She's sticking with him. And that's as she should. That's awesome. Let's just say if, not that this will happen, Travis Kelce becomes a Seattle Seahawk. Travis will be wearing Seattle Seahawks stuff. So that will be her new favorite team.
God, that would take a lot. Like I try to always think about like, would Kansas City like ever trade their star players? I mean, technically they traded Tyreek Hill, right? Am I thinking of the right trade or no? What am I thinking of? They traded somebody and it was like.
Who did?
Kansas City, like they traded a star player, like a.
Well, they did. Yeah, they got to Miami and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I'm not like super like I know obviously some players, but like I can't remember certain. I remember certain things. It's very hit or miss of what I remember, and then it'll click like forever ago.
But they have a way to move guys out and bring new ones in. And they just, I mean, when you have Patrick Mahomes there on an offensive line and Andy Reid, I mean, you can do a lot of good things on the football field.
Yeah. So going in, we will mention the Eagles, Colts, Rams, Bills, Bengals, and Packers are all 2-0. Do we think any of that's going to stick out?
So how about them Colts, right? So
how about them Colts? Seriously?
They were supposed to lose yesterday. They kept trying to lose, and then all of a sudden, they were given a victory. It's like the old the red zone, the witching hour. Mm-hmm. And victories turned into losses, and losses turned into victories. It was unbelievable. And then the old Daniel Jones, isn't he just the worst quarterback ever? He's just absolutely horrible. And that's right. The worst quarterback, you got to get rid of him. Yeah. So who knows? Maybe next week he stinks, but he doesn't stink right now.
You said it best. You said it best.
That was an amazing game. That was a really fun game to watch. I mean, there were a few other things, but after when they kicked that game, I mean, it's just like there's no time left. The Colts lost, and then the refs are like, "Oh, there's a penalty." Then they kick a field goal and win. It was great, and then everyone group hugged Daniel Jones, and life is good out there.
I totally forgot to mention it. Obviously, Atlanta beat Minnesota last night. I'm kind of shocked. I thought Minnesota was going to pull it off.
Yeah, I thought Minnesota was going to do it too, but Atlanta. I mean, they're showing that they're very talented. Penix is a really good quarterback, I think. He really looks the part. Hopefully his knees don't have edge issues anymore because I want to see him succeed because I really like him. He's a really nice person. And he played really well last night. So I think Atlanta Falcon fans should breathe a sigh of relief that they have something here.
They at least have a good quarterback, yeah.
And they do, I think.
Okay, let's see here. What else do we got going on? We have our Monday night football game going on ×2. At 7:00 in a little bit of an hour, we got Tampa Bay versus Houston. I feel like Tampa Bay is gonna win this one. I don't know if it's gonna be close though. I feel like Tampa Bay is gonna kind of run with it. Houston, don't get me wrong, like I feel like they are a good team. I just feel like their schedule's just like a little rough right now. Like they might get some wins later in the season, but I don't know. I don't think they're gonna. I think they might be 0-2.
Now, if I'm right, both Tampa Bay and Houston have won their division like 5 straight years, something like that. So they go to the playoff season. And Tampa Bay it actually wasn't that long ago when they were the Super Bowl champions.
Yeah,
Tom Brady.
It feels crazy to think about. I'm like, wait, how many? Because like it's already 2025, and sometimes I still think it's like 2022, and I'm like, oh, like 2017 was like five years ago, you know?
Right. And so both of these, both of these teams, but they have really defensive-minded head coaches who they walk the walk and talk the talk on the fields when they played. Very good football players, and their teams play like they played. So this is like a bloodbath. I think Baker Mayfield takes it over at the end, but it's going to be close at the end. And it may not – it could be one of those like 2017, 21-18, something. I don't think it's going to be a huge heavy score. I could be wrong. It could be like 45-35, but I think it's going to be closer.
That is true. I don't know. Like I feel like Tampa Bay is definitely – I like Baker Mayfield. I love Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of – I feel like he's obviously a very good quarterback. Like obviously I feel like there's definitely some conversations to have when it gets closer to the time because he is getting up there and everything. But like you said, I think Baker Mayfield could definitely get away with this. Again, Houston is a good team. I just feel like their schedule's a little rough. We will get into the Las Vegas versus Chargers game, and Matty Ice adds in that he's probably going to be waking up when this game is ending.
Yeah. Matt, have a Kir Royale. You and your lovely wife have a Kir Royale in the morning. Just you'll thank me later. While watching that game.
No, because I think Paris is 6 hours ahead. So here, at least in North Carolina, where you are too, it's going to be starting at 10 o'clock at night. I'm not going to be able to stay up for that. I have a 3-hour lab and 2 exams to do, and then I have to go to work afterwards. So I'm early bedtime for me. So I'd love to stay up for this game, but I don't think it's going to happen because I have so much to do. I have so much to do tomorrow, and it's not going to be beneficial for me if I stay up watching this game because I don't know if the Raiders are going to win. I would love for them to win, but
I picked the Raiders to win. I picked the Raiders to win. The Chargers are good, but I picked the Raiders to win. It's at the Death Star, and I think these are going to be like the Raiders. I think they have a very high-powered offense, and they're going to. Gino's good. Pete Carroll, that was a great hire. Go old guys. Old guys are the best.
With last week beating the Patriots, he's the oldest coach I think to pull off an NFL win or NFL. I was about to say NHL. NFL win. I think their defense. They got good defensive players. They can play. Like I still think that they could. I forgot if I had them making the wild card this year, and I still believe that. Totally still believe that. Of course. You had the Raiders making the wild card?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the 3 wild cards. I totally think that they will. I'm still sticking with them. They really good receivers. Even if Brock Bowers doesn't play tonight, you bring in Michael Mayer. I always want to say Myers, but you bring in Mike Mayer, and he'll do just fine.
From what I know, I think Bauer's injury isn't serious. I think he's a game time decision, if I remember. It's not too serious, which thank God. Matty Ice adds in Chargers will win tonight. Herbert owns the Raiders. Also adding in it's currently 11:50. Well, 11:53 now. They are.
He's doing his shtick. He's doing this shtick, like, oh my God, Ohio State sucks. You know, he does it on purpose so they can go back and win. You know, I know him. He's good.
I think the way, if like obviously this is going to be a completely competitive game. I will say that. Yeah, I could see it definitely being very close, unless the Raiders defense decides to not be good, because that does tend to happen sometimes.
Yeah,
they're very bipolar. They'd be like, does it be a close game, or do I just like let 20 points go? I don't know.
Well, Herbert's going to have to play well, and
100%.
Yeah, he has to play well and pass a lot, I think, because I don't know about the running game that they can do what they want to do like that in this game.
I feel like coming off of beating the Chiefs is a huge ego boost. So, I mean, the thing is, if you look at it, if the Chargers beat the Raiders and like you see, oh yeah, they beat the Chiefs. Obviously, I think the Chargers are a very good team. Like, I could definitely see them making the playoffs. Obviously, we'll have to look at their preview for the next couple of or the next week going on. But like being 2-0, you have beating their their rivals, the Raiders, and then beating their other rivals, the Chiefs. So they have the rival hello words. Help me out here. Playing against your rivals for the first couple games of the week.
Divisional rivals.
Yeah.
They're getting it out of the way, and if they could go 2-0, they go 2-0. That's great, especially in the division. You're up.
Oh, 100%. So I think obviously if they get this, it's going to be a very good boost for them, and it probably means well for the rest of their season that's going on here.
Well, let's not forget, it's the Chargers haven't played an NFL game in almost 2 weeks.
That is true. That is true.
I mean, why do they do that? Let's put you on Thursday game, and then we're not going to play you until the next week on the Monday night. Well, it's kind of stupid. They should have played like the Chiefs. They should have played them on yesterday.
Well, I mean, they played in Brazil. It's tiring,
Especially Brazil, right? Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, I mean, that shouldn't, if they're a professional team, and and they are, with Coach Jim back there. So, I mean, he'll have that team ready.
Definitely. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see here. So yeah, let's look into week 3 here. Let me pull it up on my phone. Oh my goodness, my Wi-Fi is slow. All right, so I guess technically we are on week 3. Yeah, there's week 3. Trying to see if any potential matchups. I mean, you have the Bills versus the Dolphins. That's a rival, but the Dolphins are 0-2. The Bills are probably gonna steal that game.
Oh, this is great. We have the Jake Browning versus Carson Wentz matchup.
Yeah, we do. Possibly.
How many interceptions are we going to see in that one? Over under 7.
Over under 10. I mean, that is a good matchup too. I mean, you got.
It should be a good matchup. Yeah.
How long is Jefferson or JJ out? Is he?
Only he's week to week right now.
Week to week. Okay. Yeah, not terrible. I don't know why I was going to say Justin Jefferson. For some reason, there's so many JJs.
He was JJ before JJ McCarthy was JJ McCarthy. So.
I can't keep up. There's too many JJs.
Enough
of the JJs. Let's see here. Matty Ice comments us. We're running a great show.
Well, Matt, we learned it all from you. Thank you.
Yeah. It was rough at first with the technical difficulties. Scooter was looking up videos, and I'm like,
it's teamwork. Well, I like we have one Texans and Jaguars in Duval County, so that should be a really good game, I think.
I think the Jaguars got that one.
The Jaguars could win that one. How did the Texans play? Yeah, we'll see. They'll be beat up going into that game.
I think seeing how the Texans play against the Bucs will obviously very much tell how they would play against the Jaguars.
And for them, it's kind of, if you will, short week because it's Monday night. They play Sunday at 1. So it's a quote-unquote short week for the Texans. And at home, Jaguars, I'm picking the Jags. There you go. One for Paul Cordova.
Oh, yeah. Paul's going to be all in on that one.
I hope he goes to the game. I want him to be our beat reporter. Live.
Yeah. He's got to come back into the show. And
we're looking live at Duval Stadium.
Yeah. Matty Ice, tell him now. Go to the game.
Yeah. Come on, Paulie. We need you. So the next one is another Southern is a Colts versus Titans.
Ooh.
There's
Daniel
Jones. Does he go 3-0?
I feel like he goes 3-0.
He goes 3-0. Daniel Jones goes 3-0.
I think it's like for the Titans, I feel so bad for Cam Ward. I always feel bad for like teams that get drafted into for players that get drafted into rough teams. And then it just makes me feel like
Cam Ward played well again.
He did play well.
He had an unbelievable across the body throw for a touchdown. That was just like, you never do that, but when you do, it was very Brett Favre-esque by Cam Ward on that one.
Matty Ice, as in that the Jags are playing good right now, so it sounds like we're all taking the Jags, beating Houston.
Go Jags, go!
Go Jags, go! Duval.
So then it's Matty versus everyone else at Washington.
Oh, God.
The Washington Redskins football team Commanders, formerly known as the Boston Braves. So that could be a tough one for the Commanders.
Oh, that one's rough.
This could be one of the losses that I predicted that they
Matty, why are you gotta be in freaking Europe? I have to defend the Raiders against it's gonna be like 3-0. No, 3 versus 1. I'm gonna be all alone.
My fellow Commodore fans will be like, no, but I mean, right now, early, the Raiders haven't played their game yet, but
I know.
I'm picking the Raiders right now, especially because Marcus Mariota.
If I see how the Raiders play against the Chargers, if they lose, but it's a close game, I could see maybe like a little tiny chance of trying to beat the Commanders. But if they win, I could obviously very much more see them beating the Commanders. But if they lose and it's like a blowout, put me for the Commanders. It just depends how they play tonight, I feel like.
And here again, this is where you get really good Pete Carroll head coaching hire right there.
Yeah, this is where you're gonna get the Pete Carroll highlights.
Because again, he has to take his team 3/4 of the way across the country. Mm-hmm. Basically a whole way across the country.
This one's also going to be a short week because it's going to be they play at 1 as well.
Yeah, and so that could be a little issue. But again, Pete Carroll, being an aged coach like he is, he can work that. He's been around that. He knows how to win those games.
I hope he knows how to work it.
Yeah.
It would be great if I could. If the Raiders were 3-0, Matty, when do you remember the last time the Raiders were 3-0 starting the season?
It's probably more recent than you think, and then they probably lost like the next 10 games. I
always have to I've been trying to get more into the Raiders like with Dad, like I'm still like a rookie. It's probably been like maybe like 2 years that I'm like actually like very much watching NFL football or trying to be into it.
Well, if you get your father for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever religion that you practice, get him a Todd Christensen jersey. We'll call it Festivus.
All right, you hear that, Matt?
Because I love Todd Christensen, and he was a great tight end. He was a great tight end.
Matty Ice still joins in. KG will say the Raiders are so good and makes me want to vomit. He also adds into my question, probably 83 when they win a Super Bowl, has to research it.
Easy. By the way, I think they lost like the third game of the season to the Redskins.
In 83?
Yeah, because then the Redskins, Joe Gibbs, I don't know what he was doing. He decided to throw the football right before halftime where they're not doing well in the Super Bowl against the Raiders. So he decides to use this play where he goes back and throws. Joe Theismann goes to throw to Joe Washington out in the flats. But Tom Flores knew that was coming and told Jack Squirek, he's gonna use this. He used this against us, and he put 40 yards in us right before the half in our game. Joe Gibbs is gonna do it again, and Jack Squirek just like walked right in with the ball. You can look up that play.
How do you remember that?
Does
my dad even remember that? I don't know.
He knows what I'm talking about.
He probably does. I'm not going to put it past him.
Jack Squirek.
I can't even remember like the Hurricane schedule 2 years ago. Yeah, I mean, they have 81 games, so that's a little harder to remember.
I believe Sloth from Goonies was in that game as well. John McCusack.
Oh, yep, there we go. Raiders won that 38-9, he says.
It was right before John Matuzak. It was in the great movie Ice Pirates. But
oh my God, I feel too young. This is crazy.
Let's see. Rams play the Eagles in Philly. Go Birds. Falcons have killed the Panthers. Steelers and Patriots. That should be a good game. Steelers look really good though.
Oh my gosh.
Steelers look really good this week.
Do you agree with this? Marcus Allen with the greatest run in that Stanley?
Yeah, it's true. It's an awesome run. Okay. It is an awesome run. And it was like 76 yards or something. And because and then he ran all the way. It should have been tackled for like 15 yards.
Oh,
and kept running around. And then even Darryl Green couldn't catch that mofo. And then and of course, the year before, John Riggins had his Super Bowl record 43-yard touchdown run, which took 1 year to break that one. But yeah, Marcus Allen's that was the greatest Super Bowl run. Probably the greatest run in the history of the
NFL. I'll have to look at that. I'm sure it's probably was on some sort of televised.
Just look up Marcus Allen touchdown Super Bowl.
I'm sure I will find it.
You'll find it. It'll pop right up, and you'll be so your mouth will open like, what did I just see? I mean, it's that crazy of a run.
My mouth is already open by just hearing what happened. Yeah. That's insane.
It is an insane run, and never should have happened, and it did. And you see all these Redskins, they're all jumping to grab his leg and stuff, and it's the funniest thing because you got all these Redskins just falling all over the ground, and Marcus is just dancing. He was great running back.
Let's see here. Oh my goodness. Another one to point out, the Rams and the Eagles, they're both 2-0.
Yeah, the Eagles should take out.
I don't know I feel so 50-50.
It's in Philly, and the Rams are coming all the way from LA. It's tough no matter what for teams to travel like that. Now, I'm not saying Sean McVay's a bad coach, but it's always tough to travel from coast to coast.
That is true.
Not only are they traveling coast to coast, they're traveling to Philadelphia. And it's the Eagles. They're horrible, ruthless fans they're very nice people, by the way, when they're not at the games. And all they're going to hear is "Go Birds, go Birds," and the birds will go.
The birds will go.
Well, they'll be eating. Dead rams all over the place.
What?
What's going to happen?
I think I'm going to have to look at the over-under odds and see which one's in favor. I might just have to go with the favorite pick because I don't know. I want to say, oh yeah, LA, but I'm also the Eagles literally just come off winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and they're the best team in football right now. So
okay, have a good rest of the show. We have to get up at 6:45 for our bus ride out to Versailles. Love you, but why'd you have to use a nickname in this? Nobody needs to know that.
Hey, Matt, what you need to do is this is what every American that goes to Paris needs to do is ask anyone, any Parisian on the street, can you help me get to the Bastille? See what happens.
Oh God. Are you setting him up for something?
Well, probably. My dad did this in 1981. So my dad, so he's looking for the Bastille because the Bastille is where it was the prison during the French Revolution that was where they put all the political prisoners, and then they all got broken out, and that's when the French Revolution occurred. So my father didn't read up on that part, that the Bastille was torn down and was burned. Everything was burned to the crisp in 1802 or something, whatever it was. And so they laughed. The French people had laughed. They just tell them to go towards the River Seine. So he's like, okay, where's the building? So it doesn't exist anymore. So he knows it wouldn't work.
Oh God, that's crazy.
I was trying.
I don't think he was gonna fall for that, to be honest. I might have fallen for that because I don't know much about. I think it's with being in college, I haven't had to take a history class. It's more so just in math and science. So I still know my history, but I don't know that much history because I'm not taking a history related major. So unless we're gonna be talking about storm history. So
yeah. Well, my guess is that Matt is going to go to the Louvre. He's probably going to see Mona Lisa with 10,000 people in this small room. I remember when I saw the Mona Lisa, I was behind 150 tourists. I'm like, oh, there it is. See it. Okay, later. Because I've seen it a million times. So I can say I saw it in person. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't get past all the people that were taking snapshots with the pictures back in 2004. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I did get this wrong. The Chiefs aren't playing. I think I said they were playing the Patriots. They're not playing the Patriots. They're playing the Giants. They're both 0-2.
Yeah,
the Chiefs got to win that one, right?
The Giants, that was a really cool game that they played against the Cowboys, and we all know that, yeah.
Oh, that one was so okay.
It's anyone want to play defense? No, let's just kick 65-yard field goals.
In the pick'em, I took the Giants over the Cowboys.
Almost won.
They almost won. I almost had it.
Russell Wilson making such poor decisions.
That game was my only loss until Minnesota lost to Atlanta. So I think as of right now, I've only lost 2 games in week 2.
Well, to Russell's credit, he had some really nice long bombs.
Those are crazy. I saw them. I
don't know what was going on in that final game.
It's so weird. Because I was like, I feel like that game was like a competitive trash bowl in a really weird way.
It was certainly fun to watch.
It was fun to watch, but it's just none of those teams are really exactly good right now because they have a lot of underlying issues. So just seeing them both just fight it out, putting up 40 points on each other, is just absolutely an insane idea to me.
One of the cool things was watching that guy, the rookie running back, first rounder for I don't know if it was first rounder, but Cam Scatterbo from Arizona State. Man, that guy when I watched him against Washington the week before, he had a few plays, and boy, that guy bowls you over. And good on the Giants to get in the touch. I don't know how long that he can keep that going, but he had one long crazy run, and then they gave it to him for his first touchdown. But man, that guy bowls people over. Scatterbo. It's good.
Oh my God. Oh, Monday Night Football, the Lions versus the Ravens.
Ooh, that could be a good game.
That's a great game right there.
I think some people have that as a Super Bowl. At the end of the year, of course.
I can see it in a way, but then seeing how the Ravens played against the Bills, obviously, I'm just I don't feel that confident on the Ravens this year. Don't get me wrong, they're still good. They're going to be probably in the playoffs somehow, but I don't know how it would go for them just because of how messy they looked against the Bills, and that's also a potential matchup, I'm pretty sure. So it's just
I get it, I understand, and it was really they were messy at the end of the game.
Definitely.
They were messy at the end of the game, and they were playing in Buffalo. It's one of those things, and Buffalo is a high-powered offense, and that was a close 41-40 game that the Bills. I mean, they had that crazy They came back, and I understand what you're saying, but they took care of business against the Browns. And one of the touchdowns that they got was one of the touchdowns that the Browns got was crazy. So it really should have been like 41-10. But Tillman, there was a triple deflected ball that wound up. Tillman was in the end zone and the ball fell in his lap and he got a touchdown.
Oh,
yeah, great for me because I have Tillman on one of my fantasy leagues in a dynasty fantasy. So I got 10 points total out of that one play. But they really kicked the dirt out of the Browns.
Yeah, for sure.
So it wasn't as close as 41-17. It was really like 41-10.
Yeah. Ugh, okay. Ooh, my thing is moving around here. Let's see here. Is that it for NFL Week Preview? I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, those are like the big games and everything. I mean, Cardinals, 49ers, that should be fun. The Cardinals are always fun late games to watch. I always love watching Kyler Murray run around and seeing what kind of magic or not magic he can do. But that they're always fun. So that should be a good game, I think.
Definitely. Let's see here. I guess I'll put it in this selection because it was down here at the bottom. One thing we too mentioned that happened in NHL world. We talked about it a couple weeks ago with the Team Canada. The trial came through. They were not guilty. And obviously the next question is when to see playing time. All 5 of those players in the trial are now able to play in the NHL. They can sign with teams starting October 15th, and they can play December 1st. So it'll be interesting to see where they sign. I feel like it's a running joke if they sign with Edmonton because I feel like Edmonton just has a lot of questionable people and characters on their team. So maybe Edmonton will get a couple pick-me-ups. So I think that'll definitely be interesting to see October 15th to see where they decide to go. It'll definitely make things interesting. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, it's interesting because I think at least one of those 5 players has already retired from professional hockey.
Yeah, or he's playing. I think I know. Who was it? It was Hart, right? I think he's playing in Europe. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So Carter Hart, the goalie, the Flyer goalie.
Yeah.
Former, if you will. He's probably the one that will have the best shot at being successful. Because he's a good goalie. He
is a good goalie. I was so shocked when the news first came out. It's like Carter Hart, him. It just didn't seem like the type of thing to happen at all. So, but definitely, I would probably think that Carter Hart does come back to the NHL, but with him, I think being in Europe right now, I just don't know if a matter of time. If he's going to do it as soon as possible, or he's going to wait for the European season to be over and then go from there. Or maybe he just sticks up in Europe. Maybe he's just going to be very, really good in Europe, and then we have to play them in the Olympics or something.
The money's in the NHL.
The money is in the NHL.
And if you're good, you want to get the money.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of players come over to especially from Russia and everything. A lot of players come over just for money wise. Mm-hmm. Let's see what else do we have here.
The cool thing is the third jerseys we were talking about. There's several teams putting the new third jerseys. Washington Capitals are one of them. I like it. Some people don't, but it's the Flying Eagle in its red jersey and it's got white shoulders. It's really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. And years ago I wanted them to go to that jersey because I always hated the black and silver and dark blue and purple jerseys they had, which made no sense because they look like the Wizards. Who cares? And so I was always a fan of the Flying Eagle, but I hated those color jerseys. And I really hated the Capitals jersey where it had the Capitol Dome and it said Caps on it. I never liked that one either. But this one's really looking cool. I like it.
I totally it just clicked in my head that I was gonna here I'll just put it down the road section. We will still talk about that's for later. We will still talk about the Dark to the Net. The Canes also released their away jersey. It's basically like a Stadium Series revision, but in white. I will say I don't mind. Obviously, I think it's like I love the Stadium Series jerseys, and like I will obviously like always love it. But sometimes I feel like obviously since we used the black, now all we've been about is like the black. And obviously we're trying it out on the white, which is not a bad form. The stripes, I don't know if you've seen it. The stripes kind of throw me off for like a little bit. Like I don't know if I like the red, white, and black stripes per se. But the uniform itself is still very clean. I love the patches on the shoulders, a little old revision Stormy patch, and then also I think it's just like I can't remember which other patch it is, but the Stormy patch is what catches my eye really. I think it's a really nice touch to the jersey. The Seattle Kraken released this third jersey that glows in the dark.
The glow in the dark jersey, yeah.
Like I think his dad, I think he said he's got to get one, or is my half brother. Somebody said like they've got to have it. And to be honest, I'm like a little intrigued because I'm like, it'll be interesting to see how many teams follow up with that to see if they're going to try pulling it off too. Like the company can pull it off because that's their colors. Like
that is their colors, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what other teams could like try pulling it off.
Let me see if I can get this in there good here. So that is. I know the color's not going to be that great, but that's what the jersey is. It's red. It's not orange and stuff. But,
yeah.
I think it's really cool looking, and it reminds me of like 80s kind of hockey.
Yeah, definitely. Because especially like with the eagle logo, like, that logo is very
eagle
very
logo
well
cool. And I like the white shoulders like that.
The white shoulders are super nice too. Yeah, it's a very nice touch. I will say how I always love when they have their cherry blossom jerseys come out. Those always look so good. I really just needed to like whenever like I'm actually like catch it, I need to like actually get my hands on one of them because
the warm-ups.
I always love the cherry blossom jerseys. They always do those so well.
Yeah, they're good.
Who else? I don't think anybody else has released a jersey per se.
Well, there's like the Blackhawks for a third, and then the Red Wings have a third, and that came out today. And it looks cool. It's basically the regular jersey except with a little more tweaks to it. It's kind of
definitely cool. Okay, let's see here. So let's go down the road. I totally forgot to mention this, but I did say something about it. Dancing with the Stars premieres tomorrow. I will say that I was going to go over to the cast. I did not really prepare a top 5, but as I go through the cast, I will try. Obviously, this is just my interest, but obviously, as I said, we have Baron Davis on Dancing with the Stars, and then we also have Olympian Jordan Childs on Dancing with the Stars as well. The ones that join them, I'm trying to go through here. Obviously, we have an influencer. I'm not expecting anybody to know these names. Alex Earl is on it. We also have Corey Feldman, the Goonies, Lost Boys, the oldies.
Oh, yeah.
And he's also known for making music. Don't know anybody who actually likes listening to his music. We also have Andy Richer, actor. I think he's also been on a couple shows, if I remember correctly, or not shows. Podcast. Andy Richer.
Richter,
sorry.
Oh, yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, he's a funny man. Because a lot of obviously once the cast got released, they like obviously meet with their pros who they're dancing with, and I've seen Andy Richter's videos on my TikTok with his partner, and they're hilarious.
Well, he used to be Conan O'Brien's longtime right-hand man on the Conan O'Brien show.
Yes, that was the show I was thinking about. I couldn't remember which one it was.
Yeah,
he was on that one.
And Conan O'Brien's amazing, and Andy Richter's really funny.
Don't know if anybody is a Boy Meets World fan, but Danielle Fishel is going to be on this show.
Yeah, I went to high school with Will Friedle.
Who's that?
He's the older brother on the TV show.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Ben Savage's brother.
I've watched like a couple episodes of Boy Meets World. My dad could tell you our generation was Girl Meets World, was like the little second generation show that they had going on. I'm kind of sad that eventually got canceled because that. Looking back at it now, I was like, oh, okay, it is kind of like a little cringy, but.
I remember when Will, it was on TV. It's like Will is dating Jennifer Love Hewitt, and I'm like, boy, did I screw up. Will.
Crazy. High School Musical, Zac Efron's brother, Dylan Efron, is going to be on there. I don't really know how Dylan Efron like has his popularity. Obviously, Zac Efron will always be the more popular brother, but yeah, Dylan Efron's going to be on there. I don't really know much about him.
Isn't Zac Efron now all buff and taking steroids and everything? Isn't he huge?
He does look like a big guy, but I don't know if he's like. The thing is, like, Dylan Efron and Zac Efron don't even look like brothers anymore because Zac Efron, I'm pretty sure, was doing like a bunch of like. I mean, he's had a bunch of like surgeries to uplift himself. I don't know if Dylan Efron.
You're 30, you got to have a facial surgery.
Oh, tell me about don't actually. I don't have anything to do with that. I'm not even 30. But I know how a lot of actors and actresses always try to look young for the cameras. Another one, I don't know if anyone's a fan of The Parent Trap. This is the only one I know her from, but Elaine Hendricks, the classic Meredith Blake in The Parent Trap, she's going to be on there. I'm trying to like think of like something else that like I know her from, but that's all I know her from is The Parent Trap. That's all I got. But she was like the one lady like the dad was trying to date, and then the twins ended up breaking them apart so they could get them back at the you know the whole story. But it was one of them. It was one of the actresses involved in that movie. She'll be on there. Then you also have, I don't know if Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I have tried to get into that show. I can't. Like, and I watch trashy white TV. I watch Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I obviously I don't think Dancing with the Stars is trashy TV. It's more so just like a very interesting competition show that is not everybody's taste, but it's been around for years. I cannot get behind Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I tried, and but you have two people from there, anyways, getting there. One is name is Jen, and the other is Whitney. I don't know how much to say about them because I don't really like that show. It's too dramatic, and you could almost say it grinds my gears, as Matty Ice would say. But no hatred. It's just not my type of show. Obviously, this one's a very interesting one. Hilaria Baldwin is going to be on this show.
Is she going to pretend she's Spanish?
Yeah, the one that like basically changed her name from Hillary to this, and then she's like, "Oh well, I've been in Spain for a couple of years, so I guess I'm like, I love Spain so much, so I'm just gonna pretend I'm a Spanish hitter."
The one who was born in Framingham, Massachusetts, and went to private school in Boston, Massachusetts. She's Spanish with her stupid accent. How do you say cucumber? How did he marry her?
The thing is, like,
I mean, they get each other. Perfect.
It's the thing is, like,
he's insane and she is crazy. Perfect.
Like, I mean, like, it's a very interesting, like, I don't know if it's like a publicity stunt because obviously Alec Baldwin has been in very deep trouble legally. Don't have to say much. We all know what's going on. So then for his wife to be like, yeah, I'm going to go on Dancing with the Stars, even though my husband is not exactly looked upon right now. And I'm not looked upon right now because she's basically been canceled because she's just adopting culture and being like, oh, well, yeah, this is me because I like it. That's not how that works. But whatever. I will say nobody else is going to understand this. But she's partnered with this guy named Gleb, and last season Gleb had this he was partnered with this model Brooke Neighbors, and they were like every season usually the Dancing with the Stars have this like, oh, this is going to be like the couple, like, and Gleb and Brooks was that couple, and I think they actually were dating, and it was very weird. I didn't know how to feel about it at all throughout the season, but they were still dating outside of the season, and then they obviously had a very messy breakup, and I feel like this is Gleb's punishment for getting involved with a partner because it was again super messy. So now they're like, here, you get Hilaria Baldwin, good luck. Like, I just feel like it's a little of a
is Gleb, does he have an accent of any kind?
Hold on, I'm just going to show you a picture of Gleb, and you just tell me what you think. This just looks like a classic.
So is he like Russian or Ukrainian?
Yeah, he's Russian, I'm pretty sure. a lot of these players are Russian. A lot of these pros are like some sort of Russian, or they have some sort of Mormon background. It's really weird. They're either from like Utah or they're from Russia. There's like not really a in between.
Well,
it's one or the other.
How great would it be if he puts on a Spanish accent for her?
Oh God, that would be.
Hey, that guy Gleb, he wasn't in that TV show White Lotus, was he?
I don't think he was.
I
didn't watch.
He looks
White
like
Lotus.
this Russian guy from White Lotus.
I might have to look at it to see if it was in there. Obviously Jordan Charles is on here. Let's see here. I'm not gonna try pronouncing her last name, but it's a singer. She's from the band Fifth Harmony. If you've heard Work or That's My Girl, I'm pretty sure all those classic girl pop band songs. Not that anyone's gonna know that except me, but she is one of the singers on there. I'm okay with her. I don't know. I mean, I don't hate her. Robert Irwin is going to be on the show. I'm sure.
Is that a Steve Irwin kid?
Mm-hmm. Which is very.
Is that his son?
Yeah, it's his son.
Oh, that's cool because I remember back in the day when Steve Irwin got in trouble once because that kid was like maybe 3 months old, and so it's so funny. Like Steve Irwin's like, and now we are going to go and see the crocodile.
Oh yeah, he was
just he's got the baby in one hand and he's messing with the alligator.
Steve Irwin was fine. Oh my goodness, yeah. This is Robert Irwin. This is Steve Irwin's kid. It's actually kind of interesting because I can't remember how many seasons ago it was, but his daughter Bindi was on the show and she actually won. So it's very interesting to see the Irwin family just be on Dancing with the Stars, like these Australian family members. Just, I guess maybe it's a family thing. Not sure if you're gonna know who this is. Scott Hoying. He's I'm sure you've heard like Pentatonix covers, maybe. No, okay. Well, he's from the band Pentatonix. I don't think they're no longer together, but he was a singer from there, and I think he's mostly an influencer now, but he will be on the show. It's such a hard way to explain like how related it is to it. I'm trying to figure out if I don't think I missed anybody. But no, that's all the Dancing with the Stars there is. I think next week or tomorrow when it premieres, I can't remember if they usually eliminate people the first episode, but I think that's 14 people. So hopefully it's going to be a little less for me to go over. And obviously I'll just probably go over the top 5 scores and see how Baron Davis and Jordan Childs did and go from there. I don't really have any wild predictions. It's so confusing with the show because a lot of people get mad if like these people have dance history. And sometimes it'd be like, oh, well, I took a dance class when I was 3. And then people be like, oh, she has dance experience. She was 3. What is she like? What is going to be correlated? And when you're like 20 years later, be like, oh yeah, this is all coming back together now. Like, so it's very interesting. I can't remember who exactly has like dance history per se. Claudia said, Dancing with the Stars, and I just heard I love trashy white TV. I'm guilty. I love trashy white TV, and I don't know if Matty Ice has confirmed this, but he will watch trashy white TV as well. You can get on to him about that later. But
he has Facebook posts.
Oh yeah. He won't join on me with Dancing with the Stars. That one he hasn't gotten into, but Bachelor, Bachelorette, he will.
Oh, he loves those shows.
Oh yeah, he loves those shows. Bachelor in Paradise just ended, and I am like still like 4 episodes behind, and I low-key have all the spoilers, so I feel like I don't need to watch the rest of the episodes or the finale. But there's a bunch going on. Speaking of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives for Trashy White TV, they had one of like basically she's like the star player and or star player. She's like one of the main character on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. She's gonna be the Bachelorette. And I hate it. I really hate it because, again, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, this means you have a Mormon woman, which the thing is, the show already feels obviously so out of the Mormon culture. I'm not 100% on it. or not, like, I don't understand 100% of the culture, but like she's been in and out of this relationship with this one guy. She's already got 3 kids. I don't know if I'm going to watch this season because I don't know if I want to watch her. I'm thinking it's probably just a pull for the drama, which it'll probably work, but I think it's going to take a lot of convincing for me to watch that season. I don't know. I hate kind of like sometimes when we merge different shows together. It's like sometimes it doesn't work out, and I feel like this one's going to be one of those examples. But that's just my opinion on something completely random about trashy white TV. Chip joins in, Match watches, and always had watched all that crap. Yeah, it's been a long time. I feel like maybe he doesn't try to hide it, but it is still well known by everybody that knows him.
Good for him. He doesn't try to hide it, and he totally brings it up, and he's cool. So he's very honest.
Chip, I don't know if you're going to rewatch this at all, but we did mention that obviously Kent State did not win their game against Buffalo. If you did watch it back, you would see me saying to blame Matt because he texted me after after Kent State got the first touchdown and had the 7-0 lead saying we're winning. And then I was working, and then you could just see it progress from we're winning, we're losing, we lost. So blame Matt for cursing and having any hope that Kent State would win a game. That's
his thing.
Wait, hold on. We have to look at who Kent State plays next week. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be pretty bad. Who does Kent State play? Hold on. Oh yeah, here we go. Effing terrible loss. Y'all almost had it. I mean, like you said, they were winning, and then they weren't. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can find it. They might be on a bye week. I honestly can't remember. I try to remember their schedule, but let's see here. Okay, so next week NC State plays Duke. North Carolina plays UCF. Maybe that's the one where Ludacris is performing for God knows what reason. Let them walk. Oklahoma, maybe they will lose by 50 this week. Hold on, I have to find it. I need to. I don't think
John Mayer. John Mayer.
Oh. Oh my gosh. It doesn't seem like it's ranked in my thing. Where is it? This is important. Oh my gosh.
Kent State?
Yeah, I'm trying to hold on. I'm just gonna go search it up. I was trying to find it in NCAA, but that's not.
They are holy crap. They're gonna get humiliated.
Who do they play?
Not only is it who they play, it's where they play too. They're going to Tallahassee and playing Florida State. They're getting $1 million, I'm sure, for it. But they're That's right. I remember that. And yeah. And it's only the 7th ranked Florida State.
It's only the 7th ranked. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Maybe Paul Cordova could go to that one too. You can get a double victory.
Double victory. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Kent State's schedule is 7, Florida State. That is actually this week. And then they have the bye week. And then they play Oklahoma.
Oh, that'll be easy.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be easy for Oklahoma.
Their quarterback's the 2nd ranked in the Heisman Trophy, so it should be.
It seems like the schedule kind of calms down. They go UMass, Toledo, Bowling Green, Ball State, Akron, Central Missouri, and then Northern Illinois. So,
Northern Illinois, they are not the Salukis. Southern Illinois.
No, definitely not. Next week is going to be definitely interesting. I'm going to have, at least I won't have to cover it for the 3rd week, or for the week after next week, but next week is going to be a very interesting covering of Kent State losing football without Matty Ice. They want to show the nation how to get asses kicked. At least they're getting paid out for it.
Well, they're getting paid for it.
At least they're getting paid for it.
That's
the
right.
thing is, you think with the money you would like try to improve the football, and it's just like I think they're just raking up the money.
Well, maybe they'll improve next season. I mean, they're going to definitely take losses this year for the money. That's good though.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you almost have to at that point. I mean, you can try to win, which I mean you're getting paid to win too. That's also beneficial.
Yeah.
That's why like seeing upsets is so fun because it's like, oh, they got paid a bunch of money to lose and they didn't even end up losing, and it sucks for the other team that paid that money. I think NC State ends up playing Florida State too. I can't remember if it's obviously not next week because they play.
I mean, they're going to be playing them. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see if NC State, because that's going to be like 5-0. Then they have to play Florida State. That's going to be the 5-1 right there.
That'll be a fun game, I'm sure.
It'll be. I think they played last year, but I can't remember. I can't remember if they pulled it off or not. They played a couple. They
Well,
had
I think they only won like 3 games or something last year. They were really horrible.
What, NC State or Florida State?
Florida State.
Florida State was really bad last year. I know that. And then I just can't remember if that's when they played NC State or if it was like the year before that. But oh well. Let's go down here to the exit ramp. We've been here for an hour and a half, just yapping. A lot to talk about. I'm surprised I kind of made it through. I can. Do you remember? I remember the schedule, but I don't know. Later tonight, in 20 minutes, you have the Pretenders show. Oh my God, hold on. I'm so bad at this. I feel this is just the Silent Junkies are great. I'm just really bad.
The Pretenders like Chrissy Hine?
Huh?
Sorry. Music joke.
I'm just really bad remembering all the shows. But the Silent Junkies are great. You should watch, obviously. You have a show tonight with Coach Devon. I remember that part at least. You got Tuesday Night Flight. And then you got Passenger Seat with Wednesday with Jack. Thursday
Jack's
night.
killing it right now, by the way, in the pick'em pool.
At what?
In the NFL pick'em pool.
Oh, Jack, yeah, he's
Jack's killing it right now.
Jack's in first. I think my dad's in second, and then I'm in third.
Oh, you're in third? Okay, I'm in like fifth.
Yeah, I think I'm like 20. I'm something in 5. I think I've only lost 5 games so far.
Yeah, I think I'm 6.
Yeah,
and Jack's like 4. So he had 1 going into last week. This was a weird week, so a lot of you're going to lose.
The only 2 games I've lost this week has been obviously the Atlanta and Minnesota game, and then I lost the Giants and Cowboys game because I predicted that in a really weird way, and I almost got away with it, but it didn't work. I feel like the one I might lose is the Las Vegas game tonight because I want Las Vegas. I kind of want to lose that game, so I know that Las Vegas won, but then I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. I think I can't. Who did I? Oh my God! I took Tampa Bay. I'm pretty sure in Monday Night Football. So I think I can get that one right. It just depends on the. I took the Chargers. I want the Raiders to win. So I'll be okay losing a game if it means the Raiders won. Because if I pick against them and they win, then great. That shows I had less hope than I should have. Oh my gosh, so Thursday night throwdown. Friday night there's nothing, and then Saturday night is Saturday night something.
That's right.
It's the WrestleManiac show. That's all I know. Oh, Showdown. Saturday Night Showdown, right?
Makes sense. I think it is. It's the WWE Showdown.
Midnight. I'm sorry, Ben. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm sorry. I love your shows. I remembering all the names, though. I never had to list them off, and I didn't practice it before the stream. But obviously, biggest amount of love to you guys. Obviously, watch if you're interested in any of those shows. And with that, we will say goodbye. Goodbye. As Matty Ice always says, hug your loved ones because you never know what time is guaranteed. And hopefully Matty Ice comes back on October 6th with this Aki preview and a bunch of European stories. From what I know, he's already made friends, which is not shocking. Thankfully, he didn't make a friend asking to go to the Bastille.
I like it though. I like where you're going.
All right, everyone. Have a good rest of your week, and we will see you next Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye.